Hey, there we go. So welcome everyone, Curse of Strahd. We're back after a rather long, unplanned hiatus. So I apologize about that. I moved suddenly and unexpectedly. So didn't have all my ducks in a row, so it took a bit longer than it should have to get everything set up again. But I think we're up and running. And we've got new player Kyle. So if anybody watched way back Tyranny of Dragons, you'll recognize Kyle. And everybody else is...
Good to meet you.
Yeah. Everybody else is familiar faces. And Doug won't be with us anymore. He had to move and do a different job and doesn't have time. So
what a loser.
He was a flash in the pan of Ravenloft.
Pretty sure Strahd got him.
Yeah. So this is our...
It's too noble, Strahd needs his soul.
Yeah. This is our 7th session, and trying to remember what we did last time. So last time you guys were at the Wizards of Wine winery, and you defeated some evil druids that were there, and got the winery back for the Martikov family that runs it. And you spent the night there, and I believe you were planning to head to Yester Hill in search of one of the magical gems that were stolen from the vineyard that helped them actually grow grapes to make the wine.
It seems familiar to me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
And so you guys wake up the next morning and find that your new companion mule is gone. And the Martikovs tell you that he was up with the crack of dawn, going on about hearing the voice of some lost someone out in the mist, like calling to him. And they urged him not to go in the mist, but
did he listen?
No, he did not listen, and he went off into the mist and disappeared.
Oh well.
And
No big loss. He was human.
Hey. I guess we only need one. You got the best one.
Almost though as if the universe is trying to preserve some kind of balance. When you wake up to have your breakfast that morning and you join the Martikovs in their dining room, you see a stranger sitting there. And this would be Kyle's character, who arrived earlier this morning. Kyle, you were, I don't know. It's kind of up to you how you came to be here. You could have been traveling somewhere else and just ended up here through the mist, or you could be from this area. It's completely up to you.
What do you look like?
Okay. So, here you see this Vistani, obvious Vistani. He's got all the ethnic traits of one. And he's wearing a very colorful red tunic, and he's got a black mustache, and rough and grumble is everything about him. He, obviously, once he sees these 4 adventuring types, an eyebrow rises. So, that's what I guess you guys see of him.
Why, you're no winemaker.
I am not. I am a adventurer just like you sorts, and looks like you guys are doing pretty well for yourself.
We've had our ups and downs.
Look under the table for treasure. I don't know.
Write it down.
What brings you to this, dare I say, isolated part of the world?
Well, what brings any of us to this isolated part of existence? That is a good question.
I call this place home.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I'm very sorry.
As you know, there's no, the wine has been shut off, so we had to try to fix that.
Well, that is completely unacceptable.
That's what we said.
Fixing it, or that the wine is gone?
The wine is gone.
Very good. I think we can get along just fine.
I'll help you guys on your... to get the wine back.
To get the wine back, the quest for wine.
So does everybody want to kind of introduce your character to Kyle?
Oh, that does make sense.
Okay, Kismet. Kismet is dark hair, brown eyes, long black hair, has a very long-necked lute, also has goblet drums that he can drum while he's dancing around, and his fingers are always tapping out some sort of beat. He obviously has some musical training and sings way better than I do as a person. The player doesn't sing as well as the character, so I won't be singing very much online.
He's done just fine, as an aside. Much better than most players.
He's had some good poetry.
Yeah,
Necromancer's Conscience is a favorite.
it's true.
It's memorable.
All right. I'm playing Naevin. He's a ranger who is stuck in this land of aberrations and tragedy, and is striving to return it back to its natural form, whatever that may be.
A giant eggplant.
A giant eggplant is the world is.
I'm Guardsman Finn. Finn is a half-elven frontier guardsman out of Luskan. He carries a terrible curse that has turned him from a fighter into a warlock. He is well known for being particularly scrawny, at 130 pounds, for being almost 6 foot tall and weak-looking, albeit he carries with him a massive two-handed sword that looks impossible for him to swing. But he swings it, and oft with devastating effect.
Well, sometimes with devastating effect.
And other times fire, and other times he shoots beams of purple energy out of his sword.
I think his sword weighs more than he does.
Yeah, the sword is also kind of terrifying. It's a black blade with a hilt that looks like two claws that have come together, kind of forearms that have come together, and claws to bind the blade. And there's etching of eyeballs up the side. And he fears doors and closed windows.
As he should.
As he should.
And off in the corner, paying no attention to you whatsoever.
Of course.
A really small, really young-looking sun elf female, with a sword just hanging at her side, and this other moon elf just braiding her hair.
Moon elf's nice.
I guess to give you an idea of what my character is using, you see a rapier at his hip. It's got like a blackened blade, and you can tell that the hilt is simple right now, but it looks like a lot of it has broken off, and it used to be a lot more intricate. The only thing for a handguard is like a bunch of tattered leather straps, and he's carrying a round leather shield that's not too terribly big, but bigger than a buckler, and it's has black leather stretched on it. So if you look at the other side of the shield, you can tell it's wooden. So
Cool. Could you give us a name?
Yes, I am Giovanni Vasilli, and
Geo.
yeah, most people do call me Gio.
Geo it is. Well,
Geo.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys have a breakfast together, kind of get to know one another. Kyle, what are your thoughts as far as why you've taken up the adventuring life instead of traveling with your people?
Well, it's because I was orphaned. I didn't have anyone to take care of me at one point, and my uncle stepped in. And he was an adventurer. He had a little bit of a greedy habit, and one I couldn't blame him for, because I seem to inherited it myself. But I've always strived for it. I've gotten a lot out of it. I feel like I've lived a better life than most Vistani, and I don't strive for gold anymore just for the novelty of luxury, but now I strive for gold because novelty of living. So work is work right now.
So, you as a Vistani know quite a bit about Strahd and this land, and you know that to some degree your people serve Strahd. And I mean, your character probably doesn't know this yet, but this group of adventurers is basically seeking to destroy Strahd in order to get the hell out of here. So another good motivation for you to kind of become part of this group would be maybe you're not a fan of Strahd. Maybe you're not a fan of your people kind of being his lackeys.
Not at all. And I don't even like the fact that our fine metalworks and our goods don't even go to other Brovarians. They just go straight to his castle. And I think, treasures for the people.
And we're the people.
Yeah.
I like you, sir. I think treasure is for the people as well.
Yeah.
Especially when it's us.
Yeah. And do you know what's sitting in that castle?
Oh, tell
us. That's a big, giant vault. And that is a vault I am ready to break into.
The people need that vault.
The Marxist revolution of Barovia.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like the people can have some. I think that there needs to be a distribution of wealth.
Yes.
I don't care. It's it. I'm going to get in there first and take as much as I can carry.
That sounds like distribution.
Much better. That does sound like distribution. We've gone from all of it in one person to all of it in three.
I never liked Strahd. I've always had more of an optimistic lookout on life than he has, and seeing what he does to the barbarians is fairly sick to me.
So question, your people tend to be able to leave and come back from this place, it seems.
Yes.
Get some wine.
How?
How, Lex?
Okay.
History?
Yeah, so
You want to roll history?
No, this is something
because I'm proficient.
This is something you would know. You don't even have to roll for this. Let me see. Let me find the story here. This is the nice thing about Kyle's character being a Vistani is you guys can know things that you wouldn't otherwise know, which will be fun.
It would make the entire campaign easier if we can just, leave.
And we win!
It sounds like it was Strahd allowing the Vistani to leave, or the Vistani saved his life or something like that down the line.
Yeah, so long ago, this was before Strahd was even a vampire. During one of his many military campaigns, he was wounded in battle, and a group of Vistani rescued him, tended his wounds, and returned him to his homeland. And because of that kindness that they showed him so long ago, he allows them to come and go through the mists. And they, in turn, to greater or lesser degree, depending on the individual Vistani, serve him.
I bet he's got wine.
In short, we made a grave mistake as a people long, long ago to keep this man alive, and ever since that, he's owed us a debt. So, and I think it's time to cash it in.
And Kyle, something that your character would know is that one of the ways in which the Vistani serve Strahd is they travel through the mist to other lands and lure people into Barovia so that Strahd can toy with them. And you've heard...
Do we look familiar?
Yeah, you've heard of other adventurers being lured into Barovia just so that Strahd can have a challenge and have new playthings to...
Do you gentlemen like chess? Dragon chess, per se?
I happen to have one right here with me.
I'm glad you like it, because you're a pawn in a very intricate game of chess right now.
Ooh.
And the reason you're here isn't an accident. It's not some wandering feat of adventure. He lured you guys here, and he's here to play with you. You're pawns in his game of dragon chess. That's why you're here. That's why you were lured into the mist.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of it either. I'm not a big fan of being played.
No,
But-
it's much fun to play. Much more fun to play.
You guys have an upper hand right now.
Aha.
Little Vistani would be willing to work with the pawns of Strahd's games. I am willing to work with you guys. Because... And I think if we are clever enough, we can beat him at his game.
Well,
We
that
need
seems
that.
to be the better option than dying to his game.
Well, I mean, if I wasn't here, that's what would happen to you guys.
If we even
I
get there.
do appreciate your confidence, sir.
You know, Shutta the Hag is here under an assumed name, and I bet she wants to toy with us as well.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to toy with you.
I know. We're just toys.
We're just very popular.
I know. Welcome to the island of misfit toys.
I would like to view myself as the queen, not the pawn.
Yeah, of course. Or at
We
least
can be the Mary
princess.
Sues.
It does not matter. You're still a piece.
So, Kyle, I
better
gave
looking
you
piece.
a document with various pieces of information in it. So those are all things that your character knows, and you can share any of that you want or not with the others at any time. That's all stuff that you know.
Okay. Yeah, I pulled it up because I forgot about it, and I'm like rereading it to make sure I'm Vistani enough for this game.
Well, you're probably a bit of a rebel, so
Yeah. An ostracized person raised another ostracized person. Surprise, it's an ostracized person. So,
Does everybody have dice?
yep.
Awesome.
Wait, we were supposed to bring dice?
I have the dice tower. Just pass them over here.
I have a dice tower that I built, but it's wood and very loud, and I think I'll pass.
Oh, this is
on
cardboard.
crack. Yeah, I made one out of wood. This is the most handy thing I've ever done in my life, and will never
tell
do
me,
it again.
is this too loud?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Couldn't
I
hardly
didn't
hear
even
it.
hear it.
All right.
Here, I can roll my metal die.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Look at a glass table.
Yeah, watch it crack.
Yeah. Think of the excitement. Well, I think this is good luck that we have a Vistani with us.
Yeah.
Good luck for me. I hope I get a lot of gold out of this.
Us too. So far, adventuring has not been profitable. I'm going to warn you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just, when you do good deeds, you just gotta push people a little bit, you know.
We
Hey,
tried. And they
I did.
Try.
Have you ever maybe taken a loan from a gnome.
I don't want to tell you what I took from a gnome.
So oftentimes, you know, a gnome will visit your place of residence and pressure you and maybe take your uncle. But no, I digress. Gnomes are good at pressuring money out of people. Just be more gnome-like.
I see it. Be more gnome-like. Good idea.
That's a good policy.
That's right.
Gnomes are dirtier than humans. I tend to avoid them.
Gnome. Man, that's
Gnomes make fine lawyers.
Gnomish lawyers.
Named Steve. Rip.
All right. Well,
Good thing there's no gnomes around.
Yeah.
This sort of racism is just
No.
Blatant.
blatant. All right. Well,
All right.
shall we?
Let's go gnome out.
Let's go. Let's go murder some, or steal some gems to return them to the rightful owners. I'm sure.
Of course.
Definitely.
Right into our rifle pockets.
Right.
Yes. You
Well,
can tell that Vistani used to own these gems. I'll return it to Vistani.
Oh, yes. Any specific Vistani you have in mind?
No, just Vistanis in general.
Just in general. Okay, of course.
We're a very communal people.
Exactly. What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine.
Yeah, exactly. That's my horse.
That's my wife.
All right, so you guys have your breakfast and get to know one another, and the Mardikovs take their leave and start their day of work. You hear lots of hammering coming from the fermentation room. You gather that they're trying to assemble new fermentation vats.
Hey, we spent a long time destroying those.
Actually, not really. It was just one spell I destroyed them all.
It didn't
Well,
take
it would take them a long time to cast that spell.
Yeah. Potentially days of adventuring for them to be high enough level. Days.
All right, let's go find those gems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've got my tactical blight nuke on my back. If anyone remembers the Gothias staff.
Oh yeah, we
That's
have,
right.
we have that
Yeah.
scary staff, and we
Finn's
have
got a sword. You wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah, Finn's sword, and then the staff that he's carrying around is cursed to high heavens. But that's fine. That's not important right now.
No, I wouldn't think so.
It just allows him to drink blood of his enemies. That's fine. Just don't look too close.
of course.
Well,
My brother does worse. It's okay.
yeah,
Wow,
brother the drow.
family reunions must be a blast.
He doesn't got to pay for servants. That's fine. That's for sure.
So we're off to the hill, then?
The
Yeah,
hell? Yes.
whatever it was called. I lost my card. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're going
Yester Hill.
Yester.
Yester Hill. The Druids of Yester Hill. Number 7 on my list.
I've been keeping a notebook.
Oh, delightful. I've been keeping a note card.
Well,
I'm
We've got a
trying
lot
to
of
share
stuff to
my map with you guys, and I can't get it to work.
I don't see any map.
You click the screen share button.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not showing up in the list of things I can share.
All the advice Greg has. Click the button.
Click
I
the
gave you
button.
everything I know.
Yep.
My tech support has always been great.
Yeah.
Guys,
Click the button.
Click the button and
Maybe I have too many
Yeah.
windows open. That
yeah.
could be.
Let's see.
Let's try closing some windows.
Got some windows open.
Yeah.
Except I wouldn't actually want to open a window. It's like 90 degrees and 100% humidity out there.
Ew.
In freedom units, whatever that is, and communist units, I couldn't tell you.
90 degrees, that's like, I don't know, 30?
It's like hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 20s or, yeah.
No, it's like 30.
Oh no, I happen to be sitting at the computer.
It's
Oh,
I think it's 5/9 minus 32 or something, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's 30. It is 32 degrees C out there.
Whoa, that is hot.
Wow,
That is hot, yeah.
it's a bit warm.
I was in the Gobi
I
Desert.
would kill if it was 32 degrees where I am right now.
32 C.
Yeah,
Where are you?
I'm in the land of Indians and red people, Oklahoma.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went on
a socially acceptable way to say that you're in Oklahoma, I'm sure.
Oklahoma means red people.
Oh.
To be fair, Indiana means the land of the Indians, so.
I'm going to be in Indiana soon, actually.
Oh,
Really?
neat.
Well, yeah, I'm going
Oh,
to
look at that.
Gen Con, so.
Oh yeah, Gen Con. Yeah, mm-hmm. We've got that here.
Yeah, nothing against your state, but I can't think of terribly many reasons to go there, so.
No, we got some trees and west of me. I'm told they're kind of nice.
Desert.
You should really be hired by the Indiana tourist.
We have
No, it's like the trees of Brown County, like they went in fall, like people do that stuff in Maine with those trees. Well, this is like the trees of the Midwest that are really nice.
Ah.
It's just like rolling hills with various kind of trees that make beautiful colors, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. There's nothing in Brown County.
There we go.
There we go. That map is nice.
There except hipsters and regret.
All right. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yes.
where?
Okay. So you guys are here.
Jeez.
No.
No, maybe I can't see you.
Yeah, I can see it. I
Oh.
can see it. So
Look
they're
where the
lying.
farm is.
Help me out.
If you look at Svalich Woods on the far left side, if you look
Yeah.
like
Well, I do see it.
northeast of there, you can see where the
Oh,
wizard's
there-
lines
oh,
would
yes.
be,
Yeah.
and then his mouse is.
This is
Got
where
it.
you are, and this is where you're going.
Oh, well, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little walk.
And I did all the hex counting earlier, so it's going to take you about a little under an hour and a half to get there. So it's not very far.
So stroll.
Okay, if we're heading to the salvage area, I'm going to word of advice in this area. Strahd is he's got a very strong control in this area. So be careful what you say within these towns. And if you see a bat or a spider or a wolf, that's free game. Go ahead and kill that. Because all those animals work for Strahd.
Everyone stops to look at Naevin.
Actually, assume right now Strahd is watching us.
These are beasts that are
I like Strahd.
controlled
We're
by
friends of Strahd.
evil?
These beasts are spies of Strahd. Good, evil, all
Well, that seals it.
perspective.
Strahd must die.
Yeah. I think someone told us before that the wolves and stuff were possessed by.
When we were in that town.
But
Yeah.
bats and spiders have always been very good to me in the past.
Exactly. They eat the flies,
Eating hobbits.
hobbits, the vermin.
Eat to be eaten.
Spiders are servants of Loth. They deserve to die no matter.
Ah. Oh yeah, wrong game. I can't be praising Loth.
They're all natural creatures of the land that must be revered.
Especially Loth.
Especially Loth. So,
I cast mage armor on myself as we head out.
Okay.
I'll sort of skipping through the trees and woods on the side of the road as I go,
Kissing
If I
every
can-
tree on the way.
ensuring they are properly revered.
I float on my disc because I ain't
course.
skipping nowhere.
No skipping for you.
No skipping.
Pretty certain that's how elves move, is by skipping.
Their only mode of transport.
The only mode of transport.
The disc.
Well, floating disc.
Yeah.
I float
Disc
on a
or
disc.
skip. And we'll all
So
float
it's
on
the
the
horse.
We have long since evolved past mere walking.
Yeah. Sun elves, we don't walk. We're either carried somewhere by servants or we float.
Right.
That's a shame. Hard work's good for the soul.
Oh, you two will get along fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe for lesser humans, but us older races tend to not have to work as much.
One must strive constantly to achieve one's goals.
Does
Alrighty,
anyone
kid. There's a float there.
does anyone have anything they want to do on the trip? No.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Keep an eye out for any wolves or bats or... Oh god, Sereny, that's a spider on you, smack! On the
Alright.
rump of the horse.
So since we don't have our fancy maps and everything tonight, why don't you guys give me like kind of your generic marching order? Like who's in the front rank, who's in the middle, and who's in the back?
I'll be in the back.
I'll be in the front.
I'll be in the back. Let's all be in the back.
I'll be generically in the front.
And
I
then
guess
30
I'm in the middle.
Okay, so
Two by
Giovanni
two.
and Finn are in front. And
We'll go
Naevin and
marching two
Kismet
by
are in
two.
Back. And then Fion and Serenity are in the middle.
Yep.
Very nice. Cool. Okay. So you guys travel along this path. Yeah. So as you guys can see, you take this path kind of to the east, and then you start heading south towards Yester Hill, and it's a kind of a cold, rainy day. Like every day since you guys have been here, it's very dreary and
Misty?
misty, very overcast. You guys have yet to see the sun since you've been here. And you travel along this path for about an hour, hour and a half. And then the trail that you're traveling, you're in thick forest, and it leads you to a hill.